Good afternoon. My name is Art Robotham. I am CEO of Hall Communications. WYLI has been a long-time member of the Hall Communications broadcast family and has been a bedrock within this community and the forefront of entertainment and music for Eastern Connecticut. In the spirit of that, we have embarked upon something new. We have started a show called Homegrown, which you are about to hear. This is to foster Connecticut artists and introduce you to local musicians. Some you will like, some you won't. Some you will be confused by, some you'll be inspired by. However, these are all Connecticut artists. This is about introducing our audience to what is going on here in Connecticut in the spirit of what WILI has always been about, which is providing you with quality information, entertainment, and local content. Now sit back and enjoy Homegrown with James Matt Rupar on WILI.
Good evening. Do not attempt to adjust your radio. There is nothing wrong. We have taken control to bring you this special show. Welcome to Homegrown Hour on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. I'm your host, Matt Rupar. During this hour, we will explore local music from local musicians here in Connecticut. You will not only hear new music, but we will dive into the minds of the musicians. And on special occasion, in-studio performances. Homegrown is sponsored by Willimantic Records, Willimantic's own record shop in the Bliss Marketplace. 34 North Street in Willimantic. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They specialize in buying and selling used vinyl records, books, CDs, tapes, and more. They also have live musical performances from time to time as well. Contact Joe at Willimantic Records today at 860-576-8111. Are you from Connecticut? Do you have original music? Do you want that original music played on the radio? Well, here's your chance. Email me at matt.rupar@gmail.com. That's matt.rupar@gmail.com with your original songs and a brief description about yourself and the music, and I will be happy to play it on Homegrown. Be sure to subscribe to the WILI YouTube channel as well. There you will find this show and many other programs from WILI. Just search WILI Radio in YouTube. Missed an episode of Homegrown? You can go to WILI.com and go to the podcast section. There you will find every episode of Homegrown. To kick off Homegrown this week, here's my song, Carrion, Delirium, the third track from my album, The Scavenger, released January 19th, 2023.
like the stars, hiding behind all these scars, searching for endless truth. Buried in my sins of youth. Some say I've gone too far. Chasing dreams of who you are. Never understand why everything turns to sand. For the end of time, sitting in this paradigm, longing for my soul to burn. Looking to never return. Taste the fire of today. Darkest light can't stay away. The edge of the past, knowing that I just won't last.
That was my song, Carrion Delirium, for my 2023 album, The Scavenger. Catching Feelings was written by Shane Penguin from New Haven and is the 10th track from their album, Ride the Wave, released April 25th, 2025.
Another night, bellied up to the bar. Another shot helps to fade the scars. Another audition to be the next Future X. Another broken record looped and rehash. Degenerates. Another Russian roulette with a pregnancy test. Another negative about a positive. Another hate the girl, but I love the kid. Like I'm catching feelings. I think I'm catching feelings.
You're listening to Homegrown with Matt Rupar on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. Sponsored by Willimantic Records, Willimantic's own record shop in the Bliss Marketplace, 34 North Street in Willimantic. That was Shane Penguin with Catching Feelings from their 2025 album, Ride the Wave. Here's 1974 with Abduction, the 11th track from their album 1974 and the Death of the Herald, released October 26, 2013.
swiftly round the herald's halls. Against his will, the herald stolen from a yard. Heartbeats growing from the knowledge under guard. He descends. The herald whisked away before the winter's call. The barren landscape revealing windows to us all. The prison shall awake, denied we make a stand. The peace was ripped apart with shallow reprimand. Paradigm collapses through a quick pace. The parcel loses consciousness, the rider starts the arduous race into the grave.
That was 1974 with Abduction from their 2013 album 1974 and the Death of the Herald. So It Begins was written by the Alchemy Index from New Haven and is the fourth track from their EP Salvation, released September 16, 2014.
Changing of a song, the rise, the fall. We're lost inside of this emptiness again, while trying to decide if what we've earned is only second best. And like I've always said, as we slip into a sense of vanity, I hope you is that it's worth it after all. It's the hardest part of letting go, and when you learn to grow, it's like I've always known. As we sleep into a sense of vanity, I hope you learn to breathe in a new life. As we slip into an endless melody, reliving memories of you and me. As we slip into an endless melody, as we slip into a sense of vanity, I hope you learn to breathe in a new life. As we slip into an endless melody, reliving memories of you and me.
That was the Alchemy Index with So It Begins from their 2014 EP, Salvation. We'll be right back with more Homegrown on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. Sponsored by Willimantic Records.
There's a place that's nearest to heaven, where the hills roll up to the sky, and the land is peaceful and lovely. It's where I want to live and die. I love the hills of my Connecticut. I love its valleys and its streams. I've got my loved ones in Connecticut, and they're always in my dreams. My heart is home among those friendly hills, and no matter where I roam, I love the hills of my Connecticut, Connecticut, my own. My heart is home among those friendly hills, and no matter where I roam, I love the hills of my Connecticut, Connecticut, my own. Take a look at the map of United States, and you'll find Connecticut.
Take a look at the map of Connecticut, and you'll see the place of my birth.
It's the grandest place on earth. Willimantic, Willimantic, my hometown. There's a good main street
Welcome back to Homegrown. I'm your host, Matt Rupar, on WYLI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. Sponsored by Willimantic Records. Willimantic's own record shop in the Bliss Marketplace, 34 North Street in Willimantic. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact Joe at Willimantic Records today at 860-576-8111. Are you from Connecticut? Do you have original music? Do you want that original music played on the radio? Here's your chance. Email me at matt.rupar@gmail.com. That's matt.rupar@gmail.com with your original songs and a brief description about yourself and the music. And I will be happy to play it on Homegrown. Be sure to subscribe to the WILI YouTube channel as well. There you will find this show and many other programs from WILI. Just search WILI Radio in YouTube. Missed an episode of Homegrown? You can go to WILI.com and go to the podcast section. There you will find every episode of Homegrown. Strap in for another half hour of music. Here's Paul Flaherty from Bloomfield with Compassion Lost and Found Again, the opening track from his album Whirl of Nothingness, released August 22nd, 2006. That was Paul Flaherty with Compassion Lost and Found Again from his 2006 album, Whirl of Nothingness. Here's Max Creek from Hartford with Cocaine Lady, the opening track from their album, Rainbow, released May 7th, 2021.
She was walking down by the water with a flower in her hair. Me and my vest and my beads were golden with the sun in the mountain air. Couldn't tell at the time what the trip was, though I knew in the back of my mind. Very high, but you know we were
listening to Homegrown with Matt Rupar on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. Sponsored by Willimantic Records, Willimantic's own record shop in the Bliss Marketplace, 34 North Street in Willimantic. That was Max Creek with Cocaine Lady from their 2021 album, Rainbow. Too Good a Loser was written by John DeMarco and is the sixth and final track from his self-titled album, John DeMarco, released July 28, 2021.
Under this gun, yes there is now, and I got nowhere to run. Starve my hunger 'cause it makes the chase. So if I were you, well baby I'd be afraid. Yes I would, bet a deadlock your door, 'cause I'm hopeless for somebody but you. Too good a loser, poking fun just as much or more. Too good a loser, in the name of more. Go along with it, I kinda knew you were too good for the losers, and I'm too good a loser for you. Hey, I just left my house and I'm hitting every red light on my way back home. Like a forlorn tomcat, Skid Row Romeo. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Then tell me, would it work if this were any other way round? Blue Devil tracks me down. How long must it take before the ones who wait won't have to wait no more? Too good a loser, poking fun just as much or more. Too good a loser, in the name of more. Go along with it, I kinda knew you were too good for the losers, and I'm too good a loser for you.
That was John DeMarco with Too Good a Loser from his 2021 self-titled album, John DeMarco. Here's the Chuck Hestons with Ants and Cardboard Robots, the opening track from their 2005 album, Glitch. Chuck Hestons with Ants and Cardboard Robots from their 2005 album, Glitch. To wrap up Homegrown this week, here's my song, Psychosomnia, the fifth and final track from my album, Rupar Plays Psychopom, released December 30th, 2021. Special thanks to Willimantic Records for sponsoring the show. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you here next week for more Homegrown on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM.
Should I stand back while the harder march away? Should I stand here weeping when the flames burn you away? Should I stand up and rise against it all? Should I stand for anything at all? Should I stand here, watch it all drift away? Should I stand clear when I cannot keep you safe? Should I stand down when I cannot take the fall? Should I stand for anything at all? Does a man die when the waves refuse to crash? Does the moon lie when the sun begins to ash? Does a mute hear when he cannot speak a word? Does the race survive if no one can be heard? There's a music